And welcome into Extra Time, a weekly video podcast with Fox 4 and FC Naples. I'm Fox 4's Ryan Kruger, your host every week, and what a difference a week makes. Last week, we were talking about FC Naples coming off their debut match. Since then, they have two huge wins under their belt, including one against one of the most respected and well-run teams in the league. Here's part of my conversation with head coach and sporting director Matt Poland. Coach, last week when we were talking about Forward Madison, you made it pretty clear your respect for that organization. Very well run, great coaching staff, great players. For your guys to go out there and win pretty convincingly, I mean, 2-0, you've got to be feeling great about this team right now.
Yeah, it was a great team win. It's one of those, sometimes wins are maybe not as much of a team win, but in a game like that, to defend as well as we did, to score our chances in the first half, and then to be able to keep them out for about 60 minutes to finish up the game was incredible defending, incredible effort from the guys. So all in all, just a great performance.
We move into what we had on Tuesday. You know, one of the fun things about soccer is that you've got these mid-season tournaments, and this one is for all of the soccer teams in the U.S. So here you are, you guys have played a grand total of 3 games together, and yet you're already in the second round of the U.S. Open Cup.
Yeah, Open Cup, for those that haven't watched it in the past, I always say it's the most chaotic, unpredictable, wild, and beautiful tournament there is. There's just expect the unexpected. There's always drama. There's always crazy endings to games. That's just how it goes. And so, you want the guys to come out. You want them to not feel comfortable. You don't want to be complacent thinking, hey, we're the pro team against an amateur team. I've been on the other side of it with amateur teams upsetting professional teams, and you have to respect the opponent, and you have 90 minutes to do your job. So obviously we started a bit flat, but ultimately we were able to grind out the result. And sometimes when it's win in advance, the only thing that matters is the scoreline at the end.
I want to talk about Carson Hinderlong. He told me when he was on this podcast, he said, my job is to score goals for this team. And here he is. He scored 2 against Forward Madison, scored 1 against Sarasota. He really is turning into a lethal weapon for you.
No, he's been phenomenal. That's why we brought him here. We know his potential, and obviously it's great for him to take advantage of the chances that he's gotten and score them. It's we're completely happy with that for sure.
Going on the road for the first time this weekend, and it is quite the road trip all the way up to Spokane, Washington. What can we tell us about the Spokane Velocity?
Yeah, so they're in the second year of their club. However, they are a very strong team. They're very deep with a lot of veterans that have played at higher levels. They made it to the finals last year of the playoffs. They are disciplined, athletic, have a great fan base, and work really hard on the ball. They like to push numbers high, so it'll be a game that will be a lot of defending and discipline in our defending to have success. And the other challenge that'll be for us is the weather. It's supposed to probably be about 48 and rainy. We've gotten quite comfortable of training and playing in the 70s and 80s, so that'll be an adjustment for our guys in our training session when we're out there before the match.
And then let's talk about the big news that happened this week. USL now going to embrace adopting promotion and regulation. For those of us who are a little bit familiar with like the English Premier League, we're somewhat familiar with this, but it's a pretty cool concept, and no other American sports do this.
No, it's one of the most important maybe parts of what makes soccer unique and special is the promotion and relegation. Obviously, you have the ridiculous amount of joy when your club can move up by winning their league and go to a higher level. And you also have the heartbreak when your club loses and drops down and gets relegated to a lower level. But it's important. It keeps everybody in the soccer world honest. You can't, in other sports, you lose games at the end of the season, you tank for draft picks. Now there's a consequence for tanking, and so it forces every team to have to compete. It forces teams to put resources towards having success to stay in their league and not drop. So it keeps it more competitive. And as well as that, it rewards teams that put resources and have success on the field. It rewards them by allowing them the opportunity to play at higher levels. And obviously with higher levels comes maybe more fans, more sponsorship, better TV deals, all of that. So it's definitely a massive move forward for soccer.
Join us every week on Extra Time.